Yeah, H-1B dependent. Now, with reference to an employer, whether they are H-1B dependent or not, a person who is H-1B dependent is, this is how they define it. A H-1B dependent employer is defined as an employer that has 25 or fewer full-time employees, and 7 out of that are on H-1. So if you have less than 25 or less than that, 7 of them are on H-1, then you are H-1B dependent. If you have 26 or more full-time employees, then if more than 12 are on a H1, then you're dependent. If you have 51 or more full-time employees and at least 15% of them are on H1, then you are dependent. So if any of these apply to you, then you have to mention in your LCA specifically that you are H1B dependent, and you have to attest to the fact that you have followed some of the rules with reference to H1B dependent employers. So there's a special tick mark that you have to do for H1B dependent employers. Now, in this particular case, there was only one employee, and we said that the person was not H-1B dependent. But the USCIS is saying you have not established, this is the last paragraph, that you are not H-1B dependent employer. You indicated on your I-129 petition, page 19, that you're not H-1B dependent. Likewise, you indicated on page 6 on your LCA that you are not H-1B dependent. However, petitioner indicated on their I-129 petition that they have a total of 3 employees. USCIS records, however, indicates that the petitioner has filed five petitions within the last 1 year, of which 4 have been employed. So they're questioning whether you have 3 employees or you have more. So they're questioning how many employees you have, because they're saying that we have approved 5 petitions. So how is it that you have only 3 employees? So they are questioning the whole 3 employees thing. They're thinking that maybe you have more. The reason this is important is because if an LCA is filed as a H-1B not dependent and you are dependent, then the entire H-1B can be denied, because you cannot then go back and file a new LCA, because there has to be an LCA that is filed as of the date of filing the H-1. So this is what they're trying to look for. They're always finding ways of denying the petition, and this is one way that they look into to see whether your case can be denied. So in order to avoid these kind of an RFEs, you should preempt it by maybe submitting your payroll record to show how many employees you have as supplementary evidence in a petition. Next slide. So they're asking for evidence to show that you either a new LCA if you are H-1B dependent, which is not possible to do, right? Because we can't go backdate an LCA unless we already have an LCA that maybe we filed for someone else. This would not have been an option. The only option is to show that we are not dependent, and these are a few documents that they're asking for. Statement that explains how many employees you've employed at the time that this petition was filed. So how many employees do you have? The 941 quarterly federal tax returns for the last 2 quarters just before you file this petition, and that will show the number of employees that you have. Quarterly wage reports for all the employees in all the states. This will also show how many employees you have. And then they want a table to show how many employees you have and how many of them are on H1, so that they can see whether you're dependent or not. So this is documentation that can be submitted ahead of time when you're filing your H-1B petition, especially sometimes when it's very close, the number of employees, and this can be for various reasons. It can be cap exempt reason, because you can't past that 7 employees or that 25 employees, or it can be for the reasons of the filing fee. Though not discussed in this RFE, if you have less than 25 employees and you pay a certain filing fee, but say you have 24 employees, they'll definitely send a similar RFE asking for proof of the number of employees that you have. So you're better off submitting these kind of documents, quarterly federal tax returns, etc., to preempt that kind of an RFE, especially if the number of employees that you have is close to that number where you have to pay the additional fee.
So yeah, on that note, we'll wrap up today's session.
Don't forget to subscribe to our videos if you like what you see. Also, give us a thumbs up and share the video with your family and friends. Thank you.